All right, here we go. I'm not sure which way this will go, but I am hoping that it's well received and my intentions are heard and they're clear, and I leave no room, absolutely no room for ambiguity at all. But I've been in a grateful mood ever since the beginning of the year. Very grateful, very appreciative of God, my family, my friends, and those who admire me. Especially, y'all know I love these kids. I love these kids. As a former teacher, I've had some struggles in the past. And in light of all of that, I wanted to say and start this video off with being very, very grateful for our law enforcement officers. Please share this, like it, comment, uh, hit me up, let me know that it meant something to you, it meant something to someone else. But being a that was actually my first career choice, my first actually career choice, a law enforcement officer. Just to give you something briefly, I had a phenomenal group. I don't know whether I had is appropriate since we were a group that was doing phenomenally well in Miami. We was winning talent shows. We did some nightclub performances. We were invited to people's house to do birthday parties, and my goal was to see that through for all intensive purposes. That was my ultimate goal, to see the group that I was a part of at Miami Northwestern. That was my goal. Nevertheless, that didn't manifest. That everyone went their separate ways. Some of the guys went to Florida A&M. They joined the band, the Dirty Dozen, um, dance groups at Florida A&M. And at that time, I wasn't really interested in college. I was sick of high school, let alone going to college. The only reason I enjoyed high school because I was one of the most popular guys in high school. That's the only reason. If I wasn't a popular guy in high school, I probably would have dropped the fuck out. That's how much of high school I didn't enjoy. Nevertheless, my first career goal was law enforcement. I had applied for Miami-Dade Police Department back in 1988. 1988. No, pause and consider. It wasn't 88. It wasn't my graduating year. It was about 2 years after that. So I'm looking at probably 1990. 1990, I had applied for Miami-Dade Police Department. I already was working for Wells Fargo with a gun, because you can be an unarmed security guard or you can be an armed security guard. So I already had my state license for Wells Fargo, and I thought, okay, I cannot do this for $5 an hour. That's how much Wells Fargo had paid me to carry a gun, $5 an hour. And I said, you know what? If I'm going to carry a gun and I'm going to uphold the law and I'm going to abide by the law and be a law-abiding citizen and want everybody else to abide by the law, I'll become a cop. I went and took the psychological exam. I took the police test. I didn't do significantly well. It was like average. It was like a mid C or a high C, if you will. It wasn't letter grade. It was numerical. So I would think it was in somewhere between 75 and 78. So it wasn't like, a stellar grade. And I applied for Miami-Dade Police Department. And somewhere through the process, I was overwhelmed. I got overwhelmed being a 19. In 1990, I was 19. I was overwhelmed. I was intimidated. And being a mature man now, intelligent man, I can assess introspectively and retrospectively, I was intimidated. A black young man, uh, My background and everything was checked by men that did not look like me. So I was intimidated. They asked me questions about my past. They did a psych eval. The psych evaluation officer was white. Everybody was white. I did not meet one black police officer in charge in 1990 while I was trying to become a police officer. Nevertheless, that was short-lived. I didn't become a police officer, but I wanted to say this to all the police officers that are my friends, close friends. They think I'm still one of the funniest guys. I don't know how that works. I'm not going to say their name because they didn't give me permission to say my name. All the lawyers that I went to high school with. I have people that have gone to high school that are at the top level of law enforcement in Broward County, Dade County, Miami Beach Police Department. I have family members at the Capitol. They are Capitol Police Department. Hear me. They are Capitol Police Department law enforcement agents. They work at the Capitol building. They work in Washington, D.C. So I want to tell you, I thank you. I thank God for you. I appreciate you. You all have an extremely difficult job. I have a friend. I'm not going to say her name. And then I'm going to get into the reason why I want to do this message. But I wanted to give a shout out to all law enforcement agencies around the world and in America, because I had desired one time to be a law enforcement agent, and even SWAT. I thought I would have made a good SWAT lieutenant, but that's neither here nor there, and that's gone. I'll be 50 in October, so that's gone. Whew. But I wanted to tell the people that are law enforcement agents, I appreciate you, I honor you, I thank God for you, because when I need you, I want you to come to my house. When somebody is acting like an asshole, I'ma call you. So not all blacks. This is what I want to get to. So I thank you so much for your job, for your service, for protecting, especially the children. You law enforcement agents that are going on these raids for kidnapping children, the slave trade of children. I give you kudos. I give you kudos. Keep doing what you do. I appreciate you, and not only do I appreciate you, but I know a lot of other people appreciate you, and a lot of other black people appreciate you. You should have a day just for you. So we appreciate you, and I thank you, and I honor you. And as a man now, mature with a mature mindset, intelligent mindset, I want to say this: this Black Lives Matter is full of shit. I don't turn on the news in like 5 years. And I try not to look at news at all, but all of this, every time I turn on my phone, it's everywhere. It's just everywhere. And this Black Lives Matter is full of shit. They don't represent the real hardcore black community. Because if you lived in the projects, and I haven't lived in the projects, but as my cousins say, we are hood adjacent. All of our homes that my mother owned, my grandmother owned, was surrounded by projects. So shit, you might as well say, man, you were cute. You were in the hood. Now, we were a block away from Scott Projects. Lincoln Field was behind us. When my mother moved from that location out of my grandmother's house, we had projects behind us. When we moved over by Charles Drew, there's a bunch of projects behind Charles Drew. I was like, and I said to myself, even as a young man, damn, we can't get away from these projects. So the project people, and by no means am I undermining project people, because I came out. I made it my business to get the fuck out of the ghetto, the hood, whatever you want to call it. I knew within my head I could do better. If my grandmother and mother didn't think they could do better, that's fine. I don't know what they had going on in their mind, but I know this black man said, you know what? I can do better. And God damn it, I did. So with that said, I'm not with this Black Lives Matter. I'm not with them burning down buildings, burning down restaurants. I was pissed off that they burned down that Wendy's in Atlanta because I just left there managing a restaurant, managing a Chili's that paid me very well. I appreciate you, Chili's, paying me very well to run and manage Stonecrest Chili's over there in the Stonecrest Mall in Decatur, Georgia. Then I went to Midtown Atlanta and tried to save that restaurant. I unfortunately, I wasn't able to save it. You know, sometimes, when people run down a business, you have to make a decision. If you can't save it, close it. So they closed it. So, but that was a $2.5 million business. And just to think somebody would take gas and matches and burn down a building, and you're destroying the manager's life, you're destroying the lives of the people that the managers have to hire, evaluate, and give them some kind of security so they can take care of their family. So you all are dirty as shit. Y'all been doing this shit, and I resent the fact that you all would use anybody's death to burn down a business. The Wendy's didn't come out and shoot the fucking guy in the parking lot. Are you kidding me? Wendy's themselves is not guilty for a drunk. Let's do the facts. Because one thing I know, before you arrest anybody, you have to have facts. Let's look at the facts. 1, he was drunk driving. Though he was asleep, the crime had already happened. 1. 2, no cop in this America, there is no statute on the book that I have to let you go. I have to let you walk home. There's no statute. The police must enforce the law. You all that are getting on this, getting on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and all of this shit, talking about he could have let him walk home. He could have, walked them home. That's not their job. They're not elementary fucking teachers. I beg your fucking pardon. Police are not elementary teachers. They are to do one thing and one thing only: protect and serve. And if you have offended the law, they make an arrest. They can lose their job letting you pass. Mind you, I'm going to say that again. They can lose their job letting you pass. So if you ever receive a pass in your life, and I received several passes, I'm going to tell you how not to die, black men and black women. Several passes in my life. Several passes they have allowed me in my lifetime. I've avoided $200.50 tickets. I've avoided convictions because I've been in some dirt, and I'm man enough to say I've been in some dirt, but I clean my life up. Goddammit. Okay? You all need to do the same thing. There is no law that says, they have to let you go. They can walk you home. They can escort you home. They can, like they have lunch boxes and shit in their police car. All right, let's go home. You have already offended the law. You already broken the law. So I have every right to arrest you. That could have went a whole way different. I don't want no man or woman dying on this earth at the hands of anyone. That's why this Black Lives Matter is full of shit. Black lives don't matter to even black people, period. And I can say that because black people have broken in their own houses. Black people have robbed their own fucking mother. Are you kidding me? That's facts. As the kids say, facts, cuz, facts, bruh. Bread. That's facts, cuz. That's facts. Black people have robbed from their own mother. OJ's wrote a song about that back in the 70s. Y'all remember that song? For the love of money, people will rob from their mother. For the love of money, people. So what did Black Lives Matter? Black lives don't even matter to black people. Black people have sold black people down to hell. You have sold cocaine to black people. You have sold drugs to black people. You have committed genocide against your own people. Are you fucking kidding me? And a real educated black person will tell you that's the reason they got out the fucking projects. That's why they went and got their kids out the projects. So their kids won't be a victim to black on black crime. Y'all breaking people's houses. Y'all snatch people's chains. People minding their goddamn business on a bus stop. You just run up and snatch their chains off their neck. What the fuck? You breaking their houses. People got to put bars all over their damn windows in Miami. They ain't a prison. You got to put bars on your front door, bars on your back door, bars on all your windows of your whole house. When you look through the house, you're looking through bars. Black people are breaking black people cars. Black people gunning each other down. There are more black people that have killed black people than AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea, and cancer combined. I'm gonna say this shit again because y'all are you all are asleep. Y'all ain't woke. Y'all full of shit. Black people have killed more black people since the 1960s to 2020 more than AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea, herpes, cancer combined since the 1960s. So how in the hell does black lives supposed to matter to anyone when it clearly don't matter to us? I'm gonna let that shit sit on you for a minute before you judge a white officer. Before you judge, let's pause and reconsider. There's black officers that are killing black men. Nobody has said shit about that. I've seen the video. Black man raised his hand up and a black cop shot his ass. Nobody ain't marched to Washington then. Let that shit sit on you for a second. There's black men. Don't make this a race issue. You say, well, coach, you're not abandoning the projects. I already have. What the fuck you mean? I already have. I don't want to be there. Don't want to live there. Thank God for my beginnings, but it clearly won't be my ending. Clear. I left Miami in 1997. I didn't leave fast enough, my grandmother told me before she left Earth. You stay here too long. Black lives don't matter to black people. We'll talk about each other like we shit. We always asking for fucking discounts. If my cousin always tell me, build your restaurant. You don't manage restaurants. You know how to cook. You cook so well. You cook for the family. You in charge of the fish fries. You in charge of the family gatherings. And oh my God, everybody loves when you cook. You should open up your restaurant. I'm so disgusted that they burned down that Wendy's. I'm so disgusted. So disgusted. Like the Wendy's manager came out and shot that man. All that could have been avoided. He should have just took his arrest like a man. Says everybody like, I'm a man. You ain't no fucking man. Because real men do the time. Ask me how I know. Real men do the time. Face up, Your Honor. I did that shit. Let me tell you how I avoided tickets. Because I want to make sure I get all my points in. Let me show you how I avoided tickets and avoided convictions. First of all, know how to communicate with people. This is for parents and children. Learn how to communicate with people. Nobody knows what Brad means. You all talk to police, and I'm talking to black people because I'm black. Shit. So nobody can say this is a racist comment. Y'all don't even know how to talk to police officers. And I quote a police officer friend of mine. She's so beautiful and kind, and she works for, I'm not going to say her name, she works for either North Miami Beach Police Department